all of us will have things we can improve upon when we raise children, right?
Exactly.
I'm not going to be perfect when I raise a child. You're not perfect when you raise a child,
Yes.
right? You could be a damn good mother. Like my grandma, damn good. That's why I'm good at business. My work ethic, all those things come. But this is the one thing that it was like, I adopted this from early behavior. And my family reinforced it. So everybody was like, oh, your brother's more social. Your brother's more social. Your brother's more social. Therefore, he used social skills. It reinforced that he used social skills to get through school.
Exactly.
Me, I went hard on the studying. You already know I'll fucking work 16 hours and study some shit and read 17 books in 2 days to try to figure some shit out.
And get an A
because
on the test, yeah.
that was
How you process it.
so. How does this go down into confidence? I think it goes down to something I always compliment you on: your dad and your mother, right? The way they cultivated you was you already had that confidence. I remember. I don't know if you remember this. It was when we was at the old house and we were talking
Which
about the last house we was just at.
Okay.
So the entrepreneur trap house.
Okay.
So we was there and you said something, and for you it might have just been, oh, whatever, it's just whatever. But you said, I asked you, how does it feel when you make a mistake? What do you think? You said, well, if I make a mistake and y'all don't fuck with me, I feel like y'all never fuck with me anyway.
I do remember that shit. That's how I felt though. Cause it's true though. You gotta think about that. Cause it's like, a lot of times we don't want to fuck up because our loved ones around us, we want all this shit is about is our loved ones and how much fun we have. Like the money can come and go. So it's like, when you think about that, we really put our people, you know what I'm saying? Like our people's opinions in our brain. We really value those things. So it's like at the end of the day, if I do fuck up and my people don't fuck with me, bro, that's gonna hurt.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day though, sometimes I'm gonna put this in there just because of recent situations. Sometimes you do some shit that's too uncanny and you do gotta don't get my statement, don't confuse my statement for you gotta let everything, you gotta keep everything close to you.
That's why I learned balance.
Yeah.
Some stuff you gotta just know where you are and like shit you just don't tolerate.
Yeah.
Some shit you just kind of trying to control everything. And other shit is kind of like, that's too extreme.
Exactly.
But what I wanted to use that point is what you just made a good point there was like you care about those people.
Yeah.
So even if you say, I don't give a fuck, the people when you was young, you cared about what your mother, your father thought. You cared.
Yeah.
So if you cared about that, they began to shape you. And this is why when we look back at a lot of things that when we're older, it's childhood trauma that we haven't dealt with.
Yeah.
There's a lot of great books that talk about this, like, for example, people who get into codependent relationships with narcissists.
Yeah.
The human magnet syndrome. They talk about this. Another book, The Disease to Please, they talk about this.
The Disease to Please.
So basically how people become people pleasers and they'll compromise themselves to accommodate everybody around them.
Yeah.
So it's like
we know a couple of those.
Exactly. So, and we talked about this on the episode about long time ago. I was like being a nice guy.
Yeah,
right?
Mr. Nice Guy never wins.
You're not nice when you're being dishonest.
Yeah.
And I want to get into that a little bit later in the show. But this is the two things that I'm really focusing on because it's like, if we go back and understand that really the identity you have as far as like believing in yourself, being confident in yourself, believing you're worth it, or believing you're valuable, this is really the root cause.
Yeah.
It's like when people are like, man, how do I know what to charge? Well, the reason I'm talking about this first is we got to understand why you don't want to charge in the first place.
Yes.
It has to do with a confidence thing.
It has to do with that. That's the only thing. And anytime you have a problem in your life where like something like this is occurring, the thing that we do, and I encourage everybody to do this too as well, if you're watching, listening, don't look at the problem like, oh man, I can't get no money, right? You got to look at what's causing the problem.
Yeah.
Like step back a little bit, hover over the problem, and then kind of look to the left and right and see what's blocking what you want. You know what I'm saying? And then go back to the root and fix it from there.
Mama's house, 2 penthouse, yeah.